representing the Urban Nerds. This is a family group he has where they are trying to bring technology and the importance of it into the urban cities and try to show that it's cool to be a nerd. Right now we have got another set coming up with Levi Allen, which I honestly was a new competitor to me today. I had a lot of opportunities to speak with him for a lengthy amount of time. You know me, Meeseeks. I love to talk. Why do you think I'm here? You know, I do love to talk. Got to learn a lot about Levi. This is early in his competitive MK11 career, so this is very deep into the game's lifespan for us. Very new for him. This is one of his first competitive ventures today as he comes out to NEC, representing the Urban Nerds. This is a family group he has where they are trying to bring technology and the importance of it into the urban cities and try to show that it's cool to be a nerd.
It's great what they're doing. They're really just like introducing a lot of people to games that they may not have been introduced to before as well, and giving them the opportunity to learn and compete.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Greetings, fellow Urban Nerds. My name is Marvin with Urban Nerds Foundation. Recently, me and brother George took George's son, Thomas, to Cherry Hill, New Jersey to compete in the Northeastern Championship, which is a major fighting video game tournament. The Urban Nerds Foundation was able to sponsor George's son, Thomas, in the Northeastern Championship under the name Levi Allen, which is his fighting video game alias. A part of Urban Nerds, we strive to expose young children to greater horizons out there in the world. Since brother George's son, Thomas, loves to play fighting video games, I wanted to introduce him to the fighting video game scenery. The recent fighting video game tournament that Thomas was able to compete at is called the Northeastern Championship. And the creator of the Northeastern Championship is Big E Gaming. If you've ever been to one of these tournaments, this tournament is known worldwide. It is considered a major fighting video game tournament, which means when you compete, not only do you compete to earn money, but you compete for points, which go towards the major video game championship, which happens at the end of the year. These championships at the end of the year offer even greater money because you've already competed in multiple tournaments in a specific fighting video game and have earned enough points to be invited to these major championship fighting video game scenes. The different video games that children compete in includes Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Tekken, Soul Calibur, and games like Guilty Gear and Dragon Ball Z Fighters, and a bunch more, including classic video games like Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Some of you parents may be familiar with these games. So, we have some footage here to show you what the experience was like for Thomas to compete for the first time. I'm happy that he was well received by the staff and the different players who were in the Mortal Kombat 11 fighting game scene. They taught him valuable lessons about competing in major tournaments. They were even happy he came out because that's a part of supporting the fighting video game scene. We were able to get him on the main stage so that it could be streamed on the major Twitch.tv website.
You never want to be in the corner with Johnny Cage. This is a terrible place to be. Gets the random D2 anti-air.
And I will say, I did get to see some of Levi competing earlier, and I think one of the habits that he's still struggling with is the over-implementation of his down twos.
They also did some commentary about Thomas, and the winner of the actual Mortal Kombat 11 tournament gave Thomas a shout-out.
I do want to say, shout out to the new kid who came. His name was Levi?
Yeah, Levi Allen.
Yeah, shout out to someone new coming to the scene and just like getting themselves out there. You know, I think he's the real winner in my opinion because it takes a lot of courage, even though you will get bodied, to come offline and get bodied. You know, a lot of people will talk in Twitch chat saying he's bad, but he actually had the conviction and courage to come out and play. Yeah,
there is a big sentiment with people needing to understand that you need that failure to grow. And I'm going to say this in the most polite way possible, but it's kind of like a known thing at this point, especially with somebody that like competes at a level as high as you do, that there's going to be that disgruntlement in the chat of like, oh, well, this and oh, well, that. But a lot of times those are the people that aren't coming themselves. Right. And we're always more than happy. We're not even going to be mean to you if you come. We're always more than happy to entertain anybody who wants to come because that's really you earn the respect just for showing up, you know?
Yeah, and I try to treat every competitor the same way. when I noticed he picked the default variation instead of actually choosing customs, I was like, okay, this dude is pretty new.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, like let this be a teaching moment for him. You know, motivate him to come back so he can be a part of the scene in this fighting games in general. So I think that was like the sort of mission for me. You know, I always want to get new players to come in and play. So.
Do you still remember what your advice to him was during his set?
I just told him, take your time. It's okay to be on defense. Like, you don't always have to go press buttons. Just relax and assess the situation. Don't always do the same thing. Like, if the same thing doesn't work, don't go back and tell about, try a different option. And sometimes blocking is the best option. I know it's MK, but, like, honest to God, like, having defense matters in this game.
If you could leave anybody with some final words after your momentous victory today, what would you want to leave them with?
Play fighting games. Play fighting games. They're amazing. Just want to thank you so much for doing the commentary. I really appreciate it. I love the work that you do. And yeah, thanks for having me.
As a representative of the Urban Nerds Foundation and Urban Nerds Worldwide, it is my job to instruct your child on how to utilize their video game playing talents, whether they want to stream or compete. It's much better for your child to be knowledgeable about the world of video gaming they're in and all of the possibilities that it offers, instead of just staying at home, playing, and amounting to nothing doing it. I'm pretty sure that's very important to you as parents, and this will become very important to the child themselves once they are exposed to the vast world of video gaming, esports, and competitive play. Young Thomas is brand new to fighting video games in the competitive space. His choice of game was Mortal Kombat 11, but being a beginner in the fighting tournament scene when it comes to these video games, you're playing against people who live and breathe fighting video games. And they also have tournament experience, because when you're on the main stage, the nerves come into play. And nerves are very important. Because you're good at home or you're good online doesn't necessarily mean you'll be good with a crowd cheering behind you in person. And I'm happy that they gave him the chance to stream on the main stage, because on the main stage, the stream of the Mortal Kombat network goes across twitch.tv, which is a major video gaming platform. This is where other players are able to gain sponsorships, such in this case, the Urban Nerds Foundation was able to sponsor young Thomas to go to this tournament. We did it for the sake of him gaining experience and being outside of his normal everyday world so he can see what the scene is like. This is very important to Urban Nerds and for all the children that we're out here trying to help. So, give us a contact. Make sure you support Urban Nerds. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video if you enjoyed the video. I will catch you guys in the next one.